may I ask, how that translated when you happened to went in? Did it feel like the same, or did it feel more like a different?
When I went in, it was a similar vibe. Like I had to show and prove. I was a little nigga. I went in like went to the county like 130 something, 140. So I'm doing push ups. You feel? I could already fight. I was naturally a good, I was aggressive as a youngin, so I ain't really had them issues mentally, but I just knew this the joint.
Right.
And I was going to Mansfield. You feel me? I don't know if you're familiar, but Mansfield, like one of the worst prisons in Ohio. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta bulk up. I gotta prepare. When I got there, it really wasn't close to what I thought it was gonna be. A couple of my older niggas like, sit your little ass down. I'm like, who I got a sock, big dog? That's really first time I got on the main compound. That's rest in peace, my nigga Bud, OG Bud, man, Bud and Dada, man. But I asked him, he was on the block and he kind of had the motion. You feel me? One of them niggas with the motion. I'm like, big bro, who I got to punch? You feel me? Like I'm trying to rank up. But he like, nah, this ain't that. Like niggas already know who you is.
Right.
Sit down.
Yeah, for sure. What was the first time you actually went to jail?
That was my first. Well, jail or prison?
When the last time you ever got caught up in the system? Period. I mean, not the last time, the first time. How old were you?
I was 20 when I caught my real case. I had caught a couple cases before, but none of them led to no time.
Okay.
I got caught up with some gang activity. Around the time I was going to virtual.
Okay.
And it really ain't do nothing but put me on a gang file. And then I was I was not probation, I was on bond for robbery when I caught the case that I went down for.
Right.
So outside of that, I really I ain't never been a juvie. I started doing what I did and it caught up to me. When you rob, that robbing shit different because it come with other shit, Sometimes you got to do other shit than rob people, and that ain't always the best for karma. Sometimes you be leaving people in situations they might not get out of. All that shit, you feel me, catch up to you. So I feel like it was just my time. They sat my black ass down, gave me the 12 years and said, have a nice day.
12, that's crazy.
And then Cleveland came and got me for that robbery. I was on bond because I caught that case in Akron. I went to Akron to hit that lick, and Cleveland came and got me. When I got to Lorraine, ready to go up the road with the 12, Cleveland like, we need you too, fam. We got some time for you too.
Dang.
So
thank God they ran it. They ran it concurrent.
Okay.
Cleveland gave me 2, but they ran it concurrent with what I already had. Okay. So my time for Cleveland was over before I really even got bit home.
Right.
That case was over with.
So what clearly motherfuckers who got common sense can kind of like, I guess, assume what your lifestyle was to even have you lead to those situations. I heard you mention robbery a couple times. Of course, we don't want to know the details, about that shit. But what made you have to even get in the field and even put work in like that?
I think honestly nothing made me have to. I didn't have to. I ain't one of those niggas who came up starving.
Right. Okay.
Granted, I had times where the heat was off. I had times where the food was low. You feel me? I had times after my mama's grace was ran out and she booted me, where I was sleeping on the floor and sleeping outside. You feel me? So my come up was rough, but it wasn't my jump into the streets wasn't forced. It was just by home product of my environment. You feel me? It was just what we do. So and then the money thing, it was more so like this is naturally we gotta make money, and naturally this is the way I see to make money.
Right.
Going to get a job is my mama said get a job or go to school once I turn 18. And I wasn't really feeling either.
So neither one.
and it wasn't that I was totally against doing the right thing. It just, I had tried the job. She got me in the post office, and it was just, I just didn't feel it. I was selling weed at the same time, and it was like the money I'm making from the weed without having to sit in this factory throwing boxes for 8 hours.
Right, sound good.
It's like, yeah, this don't really make sense. So, and that's usually how it happens. Like we get fed the dream of the streets before we get fed the dream or the reality of the other side of it.
Right.
And we don't really see the prospect or the possibilities of wealth and fame or shiny things without the negative shit.
Life, right.
We don't, even though it's way more possible and way more possibilities and way more avenues to get to those things the right way.
Now. Yeah,
especially now. But we fed from early. We fed. This is how you get it. You either gonna dribble,
right,
or you feel me? You gonna rap, or you gonna be in these streets.
You ever think with the post office, if you would have got to go into people's houses, people would be like, "I'm bringing your mail, but I'm bringing you some weed too if you need."
I mean, essentially, that's probably what it would have turned. Cause I was selling weed in the post office, and
them niggas probably needed the most.
Exactly. It's like people get their checks. It's like I know I got that bread coming. That's really what's the why. It was like, yeah, I got what you need. And then I'm selling. This was the thing. I would sell if you wanted. These people were saying, let me get $25 worth, and instead of giving them hey, you feel me? I'm gonna give you these couple nickels. You feel me? Or the same thing with an ounce. They get real serious then. Like, I'm gonna give you $100 worth of dimes. You gonna get these. You gonna get this 10 grams.
That was definitely the hustle back then.
You gonna get these 10 grams. You feel me? And I'm gonna need my 100 on payday.
Oh, you was credit. You give credit. You was nice.
Yeah, that was the
I
used to probably get more credit back then. Listen,
it was a job, so the money.
You gotta see me.
You got it. Yeah, it's like shit. And it wasn't, as a weed. It wasn't like these is crackheads that's about to have to sell their house or something like that. So
like hustling early for sure.
Yeah.